Welcome everyone. We are going to study today the poem The Laburnum Top from your book Hornbill. This poem is written by Ted Hughes. First of all, we'll have some introduction about the poet. Edward James Hughes was born on 17th of August 1930 and died on 28th October 1998. He was an English poet, translator and children's writer. Critics frequently rank him as one of the best poets of his generation and one of the 20th century's greatest writers. He was appointed Poet Laureate in year 1985 and held the office until his death. Here are a few pictures. You can see some glimpses of his life. Now we come to the theme of this poem. The poem Laburnum Top by Ted Hughes describes a mutual relationship between nature and other living beings. This is a tree, it's large, it's not very large, beautiful but quite alone, and a goldfinch bird which is quite amusing. It is beautiful, but the bird also is without shelter. So your tree is alone and the bird is without shelter. So both here come together for their existence. The laburnum tree gives the house to the bird and its young chicks, the bird, in turn takes away its dead silence. What is their mutual understanding? The tree is giving the shelter to the bird, and in return to this, the chicks are taking away the dead silence of the tree. Thus, the poet here in the poem wants the importance of living with the nature to be known to all of us. Every person has different capabilities and things. We should live with each other and always try to lend helping hands, and the others will also do the same. If from our side we are trying to help the people, then obviously in return we are going to get the same thing, similar thing. Now, line wise explanation of this poem. This is the poem. The laburnum top is silent, quiet, still. The poet says that the top of this laburnum tree is silent, quiet, and still. In the afternoon, yellow September sunlight. The time is of afternoon and it is called yellow September because sunlight is still there in the sky. A few leaves yellowing, all is seeds fallen. A few leaves of the tree has become yellow and all the seeds have fallen. Till the goldfinch comes with a twitching chirrup, a suddenness, a startlement at a branch end, then sleek as a lizard and alert and abrupt, she enters the thickness. All this silence was there on the tree around it. But suddenly, what happens? A goldfinch comes and it was twitching its tail also, and with the startlement, she enters there, and the stillness which was there at the treetop, it ends. Then, sleek as a lizard and alert and abrupt, she enters the thickness. With the movement like a lizard, the bird is entering the thickness of the tree, but bird is alert of its surrounding as well, so that it can save itself from any attack or anything like that, any animal or anything. And a machine starts up of chitterings and a tremor of wings and trillings. So what is happening when the bird is entering inside this tree? What is happening? A machine starts up. It is called machine because all the chicks start twitching together, and then what happens? It seems like a machine has started functioning, and a tremor of wings also had started. The whole tree trembles and thrills. Poet says that the whole tree had started trembling and thrilling. The tremor of wings starts there and the whole tree starts trilling. Trilling here is quivering. It is the engine of her family. The poet is calling the bird the engine of her family because it provides food and nutrition to its young ones. She stokes it full, then flirts out to a branch end. After giving food to its young ones, the bird again reaches to the branch end, showing her barred face identity mask. And now the bird's barred face is visible. Goldfinch is a kind of bird. It's a tiny bird. It has some black stripes over her face. The poet is mentioning this thing here. And another explanation of this line is that the flowers which are found there at the laburnum tree, they are also like bars, and their shade, their shadow is falling down on the face of the bird. They are creating the appearance of bars on her face. Then, with airy, delicate whistle, chirrup, whispering, she launches away towards the infinite. Then, with some strange noise, strange whistling noise she is creating, and she is launching itself towards the infinite. Infinite here is the sky. Obviously, in order to get more food for its young ones. And the laburnum subsides to empty, and the laburnum tree again becomes empty. Now, a few important things worth knowing here is that what is the significance of yellow color here in the poem? The yellow color symbolizes beauty because flowers, which though have fallen off in the form of seeds, they also seem beautiful. Yellow also shows death because when the leaves start becoming dry, they take the color yellow. As well as silence. Silence, why? Because daytime, afternoon time is often silent. In the whole stanza, the poet is trying to describe the miserable condition of laburnum tree because the tree is quiet, the tree is alone, and the tree is silent. And without seeds also, the tree is useless as well. Now, let us have a quick look on poetic devices used in this poem. First one is alliteration. Alliteration is repetition of consonant sounds in a line. That is, here we can see September, sunlight, suddenness, startlement, all SSS repeated. It is alliteration here. Similarly, trees, trembles, and whistle and whispering. WW is repeated here and TT is repeated here. So that also is alliteration. Then next one is simile, then sleek as a lizard. So here word like or as whenever is used, it is simile. Metaphor, a machine starts up of chittering, the engine of a family. The bird is compared to the engine. So here it is metaphor. Similarly, the movement, the activity of the chicks is compared to a machine. So here also metaphor. Another figure of speech here is personification. The whole tree trembles and trills. The tree is told to quiver and tremble. It means here figure of speech personification is used. And the number 5 is transferred epithet. Her barred face identity mask. Her face is here. The idea of the face here is transferred to the identity mask. So here the figure of speech transferred epithet. Now we'll quickly have the summary of this poem. The poem Laburnum Top by Ted Hughes describes the mutual relationship between a laburnum tree and a goldfinch. Both of them are yellow in color. The tree is yellow because of its flowers and quite beautiful in appearance. The laburnum tree is beautiful, large, but quite silent and getting naked because of winter. Winters are coming and all the trees are getting dry, yellow, and they are falling. However, the bird goldfinch appears from the sky and soon the whole tree comes back to life because of the activity of the young ones, because of the activity of the chicks who are living there. And again, after some time, the bird vanishes away and the dead silence comes back to the tree. When the bird has fulfilled the need of her young chicks and then she is going back, then again the tree comes back to silence, dead silence. It means it is the bird only which gives some life to this laburnum tree. Now, we see the poem has been divided into 3 stanzas. There is no set rhyme scheme. It means it is a blank verse or free verse. The first stanza describes the tree, what kind of tree it is, before the bird reaches. It is here still. The poet says that the tree is still and silent before the bird reaches here. And then The final stanza tells the condition of the tree again. Again, it is silent and still when the bird has left. Thank you everybody for watching.